What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Overtime with RDL. My guest this week is Ruston High quarterback Sam Hartwell. Sam is a junior at Ruston High, and full transparency, we're actually recording this the day before Ruston's semifinal game between against Zachary. We don't know how that game's going to play out by the time we record this, but nevertheless, Sam has had a great junior season leading the Bearcats. I'm just going to read through his stats here before I just introduce him. As of this recording, he's thrown for 1,700 yards, 22 touchdown passes. He's also rushed for 647 yards and 12 touchdowns. So, Sam, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can just kind of dive in right there. Like, again, we're recording this before the end of the season officially, but just for you, like first season as the full time starter, like what's just kind of this journey been like for you? This first season.
It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. Most importantly, it's had its ups and downs for sure, but I think we've handled adversity, and the highs of the season really well, and I think it's been a great year so far.
When you come into the season knowing like you're the starter, like how does that change your mentality, if at all?
Um, I don't know if it really changed. I was a big believer in preparing when Josh was the starter, preparing like I was the starter if by chance something were to happen. But definitely now I do put probably it definitely put me in a place where I felt like I needed to do more things right and needed to be a better leader. And I was the example. And I think that's really where I've grown in becoming the starter.
Is there anything in particular, like those first couple games of the season, that like just you weren't expecting and just kind of maybe took some time to realize like, oh yeah, okay, like this is something I wasn't maybe prepared for, or just like wasn't expecting to be this intense, like anything like that?
It's definitely a lot harder than JV games. It moves a lot faster, but I got acclimated to it a little bit. My freshman and sophomore year, I got to play a little bit, and I think that was really good for me. And that's helped me out for this year, I think, in the years to come, hopefully. And I don't think there was anything I would say that was like something I wasn't prepared for, but I looked at it as more of just like, this is awesome. Like, I'm glad to be out here. And I thank God every day for giving me the opportunity to be able to go out and play that great game.
I'm curious, like you've obviously grown up with a lot of the guys that you're currently playing with right now. Like, I guess just like what's the chemistry level like? When you guys take the field and just like you already have like those built-in reps with each other.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it gets to show out on the field on Fridays, and it certainly clicks. We work so hard all together, and being able to go put it together out on the field, it's great. Great feeling.
As you went through the season, obviously, again, we're recording this before the end of the playoffs, but like again, you guys obviously had a couple, thrilling comeback victories. Obviously, the Neville game stands out the most.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
as a player, like I know what it was like for me, like watching the game, but like as a player experiencing it, like in the moment, like do you guys realize like how like crazy something like that is, or like do you kind of like just does it take a couple days to realize like man, we were down 20 points and like we came
Yeah.
back and won that thing.
I think the coolest thing to me about it was I never felt like we were out of the game. We had a rough start. It definitely wasn't our best, but when we went in the locker room, we were kind of just everybody had a certain presence about themselves that was like, okay. And then we came out the third quarter and we still struggled. And I don't think we really put it together till the end of the third quarter and then in the fourth. And we started rallying back. Everybody's kind of like, okay, we can really make this happen. And then everything happened right leading up to it. And it was great. It was a good thing to be a part of. And definitely something I won't forget.
I was gonna say like who got the did anyone like keep the game ball or something like for that game? I feel like that's got to go in some sort of like trophy case or
I
something.
I do have the game ball. It's actually sitting right over there. And
Nice, yeah.
it was not that it was like the most important win. I mean, playing Neville is obviously like it's our big rivalry, and but it was more I think that everybody took it as like this shows the resilience we have and like what we're willing to do to win a game. And not saying we're going to win every game because we can come back like that, but just knowing we have a fight in us and something that most teams don't have. And it's good. It's comforting to know that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna take a quick ad break, then we'll come back to this interview. This portion of Overtime is sponsored by Smith Law Offices. Mike Smith is a three-time Best of Lincoln Parish Award winner for Best Public Servant and Best Attorney. Smith Law Offices is the premier personal injury law firm in Ruston. Visit Smith Law Offices located at 301 South Bonner Street in Ruston for the expert legal representation you need for your personal injury case. Back here with Sam. Sam, this is the segment in our podcast we just kind of like explain the journey. So I just kind of get in like a background of just how you got involved in sports and just kind of what motivates you, stuff like that. So I guess I'm curious, like for you in football, like when did you remember first, I guess, like starting the sport, and I kind of like what kept you in it, I guess.
So when I was younger, I actually really loved basketball. My dad played basketball when he was growing up, so I guess it was just kind of always something me and my dad and my sister used to do. And then when my grandpa would come around, we threw the football. We loved it, and I became it. It became my favorite thing. And as I was growing up, I never started playing quarterback till the 6th grade. I was actually a chunkier kid when I was younger, so I always had my hand in the dirt. But when I kind of filled out and I got to play the quarterback position, I kind of re fell in love with the game, and ever since then, I've never looked back. And I just love the sport. Every chance I get to play it, every chance I get to practice, it's just a blessing, and I love doing it.
Being a former lineman, like do you think like that like kind of helps you as a quarterback, just like knowing the blocking schemes? Like, no, I mean, I know it was a long time ago, but like, do you feel
Yeah.
like it helps at all? Like,
Maybe to kind of know what it was like back then. Um, but I mean, I was 3rd or 4th grade. Like that was just like touch whoever's in front of you and see what happens. But I mean, it's good to experience from a different point of view of what the game is like. So yeah.
we hear so much from athletes about kind of like what motivates them and who they play for. I'm curious, like what motivates you? When no one's watching and you're getting that work in, and you're just trying to be your best on a daily basis. Like what's motivating you to be your best?
To be the best that I can always be. Um, I've been doubted before, and I'll continue to be doubted. I mean, when I left Cedar Creek, so many people told me I wasn't going to be able to do the stuff that I'm doing now, and I think when I did that, it kind of pushed me a little harder to be able to prove to other people. And not that it's about proving to those people that you can do what you know you can do, but it's just like you want to show everybody that this is what you can do, and like this is how far you've come since when you left a certain place. And my grandfather passed away a couple of years ago, the one that really introduced me to football. And I feel as if I kind of have a connection through him playing the game, and that definitely pushes me and motivates me to keep playing the game as well.
When you think about just your family again, like you mentioned, making the transition in schools, like I guess like how much of a support system are they, like just as far as supporting obviously your academic but also your athletic goals as well?
Well, they're great. They definitely keep me grounded, keep me humble, and they remind me that football also isn't everything. It's a big part of my life, but you have to have good grades, and there's other ways in life to show that you're the person you are outside of football. And moving schools was tough. I mean, I knew a lot of people. I was friends with a lot of people. That aspect wasn't hard. It was more of just, how do I kind of make a name for myself here and give myself an opportunity to play? Because Cedar Creek to Ruston, it's a difference. And like I said, I definitely had to push myself a lot harder. And people doubting and saying I couldn't do it is really what drove me to be like, I want to show everybody that I can.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious, like you mentioned, obviously your grandfather like got you introduced to the sport, but maybe throughout the last couple of years, or just like when you got more comfortable at the quarterback position, like who are some mentors, who are some people that you just feel like either on or off the field have really just kind of molded you into who you are?
Definitely all my coaches at Ruston High School. They're hard on us and they push us to be our best. And I'm thankful for that. And definitely my quarterback coach, Coach Garvin. He's pushed me beyond the limits I thought I could go. And we work so hard. And then my dad, he I mean, he loves seeing me succeed, and he keeps me kind of on the path that I need to keep going. And my mom, she's right there with me too. She doesn't know as much about the sport, so she doesn't really know as much to say, but the love and the support means just as much.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as she knows when to cheer for you, that's all that matters.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
We're gonna take another quick ad break, then we'll come back to this interview. This portion of Overtime is sponsored by Ruston Glass. Ruston Glass is a three-time Best of Lincoln Parish Award winner committed to providing the highest quality of repair, replacement, and installation services. Give them a call or visit them at 512 East Georgia Avenue. From repairing cracked glass to installing commercial storefront, Ruston Glass is prepared to assist you with any needs in the glass industry. Back here with Sam. Sam, this is another one of my favorite segments. We just kind of do a bunch of icebreakers and just kind of get to know who you are, just kind of off the field and just some of your interests. So I just kind of want to start like whenever I have a guest on, I try and just do my best social media deep dive. Your Instagram was pretty light, so I didn't really have a lot to go off of there. But
Yeah.
I did have obviously in your bio you listed Jeremiah 29:11. I'm just curious, like, what about that verse, like, just kind of speaks to you, and just kind of how big is your faith, just in your just life in general.
My faith is everything. I wouldn't be where I'm at without God. I look to Him in every situation, and definitely this past year. I mean, it's just I've grown closer to Him because what He's given me and what He's blessed me with, all glory goes to Him. I mean, I don't honestly don't know what I would do without Him. He's my Lord and Savior, and I'm just so thankful to have Him in my life and what He's done for me.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I love hearing high school kids, especially again who are in at an athletic field where it's easy to focus on themselves and their own glory, just to recognize just stuff like that. So that's awesome, man. I'm curious, like again in Ruston and just kind of Lincoln Parish in general. Like obviously you've grown up in this area, you know this place pretty well. Like either after a game or just on the weekend with friends. Like what are some places you like to hang out, go to get some food, just kind of just chill with people. What are some of your favorite spots here?
I'm a big Flying Burger fan. It's definitely a sleeper. Nobody, I don't
Hey,
know,
amen. Like I thank you.
like nobody really goes there, but like I love it. It is great. And Flying Burger. Let's see what else. I love fast food. I just can't eat it a lot though. Kind of makes me feel a certain way, but like obviously, I think everybody loves Cane's. So like, and I'm kind of weird about this. I like chicken salad, so I go to chicken salad chick a little too. It sounds kind of weird saying that, but I enjoy it. Those are my. I'd
What's the
say
go to order at a chicken salad chick or just wherever it is, I guess.
it's the kick and Kalen on the croissant melted. It's pretty good. You should try it.
I like that. Yeah, I had Jaden Mayfield on a couple weeks ago, and he said that he actually doesn't really go to Flying Burger a whole lot just because it's a little too expensive. But I'm like, man, like you're getting a high quality meal. Like I mean, it's
Yeah,
always good there. So
it's great, and it is very expensive. Honestly, I only really go like usually me and my dad will go eat lunch there a lot or dinner. It's great. I love it.
yeah, that's awesome. What's kind of your stance on like I'm usually up in the press box, when you guys are doing your pregame stuff, so I don't actually really pay attention to if you're ever listening to like pregame music or anything like that. But like you're in the locker room, like on the field, like are you someone that listens to like pregame music to get yourself hyped or?
I do not. No, I try and stay as calm as I possibly can. I don't. I try and I kind of sit in my locker. I don't like it when people talk to me. I just kind of want to sit there and just think. I like to go over the game and think about what's going to happen. I like to try and play the game of how I expect it to go in a fair, reasonable way. And when I go out on the field, I guess that's kind of when I listen to music. But music's never really been a thing. Like I love music, but I listen to like country and worship music. I'm not a big rap guy, but I do like to sit there kind of in my own thoughts and really just stay calm. And because staying calm to me is one of the most important things about playing the position because you have to be able to calm everybody else down. If I'm not, then I really can't work with everybody else. And I want to stay one step ahead of everybody else. And I feel like if the nerves don't get to me and the noise of the crowd or anything else, then like I have an advantage over them.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, yeah, centering yourself like before a game like that for sure. I guess like you mentioned country and just like Christian music. Like I guess maybe off the field or just in your day to day life. Like who are some artists? What are some just kind of people that you like to just regularly listen to?
Love Elevation Worship. Sing a lot of good songs to me. And I love Chris Stapleton. That's probably my favorite country music artist. I listen to some Morgan Wallen every now and then, but I probably just because my Spotify plays it a lot. I like usually it'll recommend a song and I end up listening to just like Elevation Worship and some other artists will come on too. And I like Southall. That's a country music artist. And then Muscadine Bloodline. Nobody knows about that, but it's good music.
Is that Christian music or is that like
It's
country?
country. It's country music. It's country music. It's country music. They sing a few good songs that I like to listen to.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Those first two, obviously, yeah. Chris Stapleton and Elevation. Those are both pretty classic ones for sure.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I'm curious, like I don't know how much you pay attention to like NFL and things like that, and pro and college game, but if you were to like currently name like who do you feel like is the best quarterback in the NFL? Like if you had to pick one.
Right now, I think it's safe to say that who's playing the best right now is Drake May. I think he's putting up crazy numbers and he's winning a ton of games. And I think as of right now, I'm not saying he is the best, but he's playing the best right now. Now, who is the best right now? If Joe Burrow stays healthy, it's always Joe Burrow. He does phenomenal. Only because I'm not a big Patrick Mahomes fan. He wins so much. You know how it is. I was a Tom Brady fan though. I loved it when Tom Brady won. Patrick Mahomes, I just kind of get tired of him.
Yeah, I think the like you mentioned, I think Brady and the Patriots just kind of won, and they didn't really talk too much. Like they just let the
Yeah.
wins speak for themselves. I think Kansas City with him and Travis. I think a lot of times they kind of they like to talk before before, and they
Yeah.
certainly have won a lot, but
Yeah. Talking's not my thing either. I think it's just like Tom Brady was a grounded, humble guy, and I think his play showed it for himself. And that's one of the people I kind of look to try and like not necessarily act like, but kind of go about the way that he went about things.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, who would you say is the if you had to pick one? Who would you say is the funniest teammate on the Bearcats that you
Huh.
got?
Let me think. I might have to think for a second on that one though. Dude, people don't know it, but Jaden Anning is hilarious. Hilarious. And then there's this kid. I don't know his last name. I feel bad saying that. I know his first name is Dayton, and he's a sophomore. He is hilarious. He will like roast you and say the funniest things ever. But I don't think he dresses out on the varsity team though. But it's definitely him. He's easily the funniest person I know.
Have you been a victim of the roasting yet,
Oh,
or
all the time. All the time. That's why I think it's so funny. But I don't know. I think it's him. He's hilarious. I need to get that last name for you. I can't believe I can't remember it.
okay? What about Jaden? Just that you made him say first, I guess.
Oh, Jaden is just hilarious. He has a great humor and he is just an idiot. Not he's smart. I didn't mean it like that, but he just says dumb things and it's just funny. And the way he'll say stuff, he's a great guy. I love Jaden's one of my best friends. I love being around him.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know you carry yourself as a pretty just kind of mild mannered guy, but everyone's got a pet peeve or just something that kind of annoys them. Just either on the field or off the field. Like what's something that people do that you're just like, man, that really annoys me, or I don't understand it whenever they do it.
Um, I hate when I'd say this when we're in like a public place, people will just be like yelling and like talking so loud where I can try to talk to somebody and I can just hear other people's conversations. I feel like that's my pet peeve outside of the field, but on the field, it's definitely just like unnecessary talking, like trash talk, unnecessary, like, or just like I'm a quarterback, so I hate it when people hit me late. Like I get slung to the ground after I get throw a ball or something. I hate that too, but definitely the trash talk gets very annoying, and I don't like to do it, so I don't do it back. I'm kind of a snitch on the football field. I will go tell the ref, but so that's really kind of my pet peeves.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be hard to, whenever you're going out in public with some of your teammates, just like the amount of guys, I'm sure it's hard sometimes to keep it quiet and just like
Yeah.
at a tone
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Especially when they're with me too. I'm like, guys, like we gotta keep it quiet. But I mean, I love her. I love them. But that is definitely a pet peeve of mine.
yeah, absolutely. Last one for you. If you like woke up tomorrow and you won the lottery, you won like $10 million, like what's the first thing you're gonna do with it?
Dude, I'd buy a boat.
Anyone in
Like,
particular? Just like
oh, I don't. I'm probably like a master craft. I go out there and like surf. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. I would buy a boat for sure. Because I don't need a house. I'm still a kid. I live in one, so it's just like I'm gonna go buy a boat. I
that's
think
fair.
that.
Yeah, I like that. Save money on rent for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Awesome, man. One last ad break, then we'll come back to this interview. This portion of Overtime is sponsored by Southern Classic Chicken, proudly sponsoring local athletes. Southern Classic is the winner of the 2024 and 2025 Best of Lincoln Parish Award for Best Chicken. Located at 1010 East Georgia Avenue in Ruston, serving the best, most delicious fried chicken and sides in Louisiana for more than 35 years. With chicken so good, it's wrong. Southern Classic Chicken. Back here with Sam. Sam, again, we're recording this, before the end of the regular season, but I guess just so like when you guys think about what you accomplished this year, obviously a district title and beat West Monroe, and obviously the one seed in the playoffs, like you're in the semifinals again. Like just there's already so many things you guys have accomplished. Like and again, I know it's hard to do as far as reflecting on the year in general, but I guess just put into perspective like what this season was like for just the team in general. Like you mentioned, the resiliency that you guys showed, and I guess just the fight that you guys kind of came together with.
Like I mentioned kind of earlier about people doubting, we weren't supposed to be what we've been this year, and I think that's throughout the summer and the spring and practice, fall camp, and then getting into playing was definitely a motivation for the team. And we've won some really close games that we shouldn't have won. Like Neville, we shouldn't have won that game, but I feel like we came back and we fought back. And I think that's probably the highlight of the year. I mean, just being able to show that like you're not going to quit and being able to make certain plays in crunch time and being at Neville. I mean, that couldn't have been better. And maybe we get to play him again. Who knows? And who knows how that game will go? But I think this year we've proven a lot, and I'm proud of my guys on the team, and I'm proud of what they've been able to accomplish. I mean, we've done so many good things this year, and I'm just proud of everybody. And it's been fun. It's been a really fun year. That's really the most important thing is I feel like everybody has just had a blast doing what we've been able to do.
I was gonna say, again, regardless of how this year ends, like I'm sure for you guys, it's also really encouraging. Like there's a ton of you guys that are going to be returning starters like next year. I know obviously you're going to lose Lander and a couple obviously offensive linemen, but obviously Ahmad returns, Dalen, like Josiah. Like there's defensively, like is that kind of a silver lining? Regardless of how the season ends, the fact that like hey, we can run this back and do it again next year.
Yeah, I try not to think about next year because I want to stay focused on what we have going on this year. But it is a thought. I mean, we have a lot coming back, but also I want to take what we have now because a lot of people like to think about the future and like what we could do next year. But like to me, it's just like, why not now? Like if we have the opportunity, let's take it. And we're so close to doing like we need to win this one and one more. We have signs all in our locker room and just 8 quarters. You're guaranteed four, but if we could play 8 more quarters and come out victorious and play good eight more quarters, then we can make history. And I think the real thought is like, what if we win it this year and then we have all the returning starters next year? Then what if we do it back to back? And that's really how I see it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, Sam, again, I appreciate you coming on, man, and yeah, looking forward to how this season wraps up here. Looking forward to just watching the journey unfold.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.